I'm a big girl now. I was much smaller than this. I'm growing real well, and I'm the
Schrader for Summit Focus, Ohio's community affairs show. Today you're going to introduce you to two people who have been affected by premature births, but also have come out wonderfully and are big supporters of the March of Dimes. Let me introduce Thomas Tatum, the City Affairs Manager for the City of Akron. And Thomas, you have had a personal, encounter with the March of Dimes, in addition to a life-changing effect also with your son, correct?
Definitely, Mark. Thank you for having me. A long story short, I've been a volunteer with the March of Dimes for about 9 years now. As a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, March of Dimes is one of our national partners. And when I became state director in 2001, it was always been my mantra to lead by example. So our fundraisers and our local chapter here in Akron, we would be out with the then Walk America and to raise funds for March of Dimes. In 2006, my wife gave birth to our son Trey at 27 weeks, almost 3 months early.
Wow. And
he was 2 pounds 1 ounce. So I guess you can say that I went from being a volunteer to actual client. Our family benefited from the March of Dimes, not only while my wife was in Akron General on bed rest, but even afterwards. It had an immediate impact, an immediate effect on our lives. But what I also found out was those that we knew, who knew our story and knew that we have done work with the March of Dimes previously, it automatically became a story that they gravitated to as well. So my wife and I took on the impact that the story of our son and our family's journey and his continued journey from his prematurity to now he's almost 2 years old. That there are other folks out there that could use this information, and we have decided to take the personal approach to share our story with anyone who would listen. It's a definite impact in all the community, but also in the African American community, where a lot of information may or may not be known, and it could affect anyone. It could affect any family, regardless of race, regardless of income and social status. So we use our voice. We use my son's Trey's current adventure in life as something to look at and to show that even through the emotional roller coaster of premature birth, there are definite benefits to staying involved, and especially with March of Dimes.
Thomas, there's a lot of stress that's put on the family, because obviously this is a situation that comes up very quickly, and it is also not just a moment, but it's also again a 2-year period you're taking with Trey. Things look pretty good though for Trey.
Correct.
He was so premature.
He was very premature. But the one good sign was that we had was the doctors prepared us prior to his birth, because it was touch and go before he came. When he did come, they laid out all the parameters, the pros and cons. When he was born, one of the major signs that we had that he was a fighter was that he was off the ventilator within 24 hours. And he always showed the tenacity to weather the storms that came through while he was in the incubator. And today, if I had him here with me and I let him go in this room, you would never know. Matter of fact, you'd probably be trying to secure all of your valuables in here, because he is a rough and tumble young man, and yes, a chip off the old block of granite of his dad, but he's done so well. And even though he has little issues dealing with infant asthma, and at one time after his birth of reflux, he has still managed to show the tenacity that he's going to weather this storm. And by all accounts, he is maintaining and improving quite well. He's in school right now, and although he's one of the little guys in the room, you'll never know, because he'll bogart and block his way just like any normal kid would.
That is terrific. And that brings us over here to Catherine. Because, Catherine, you are one of those people, too, who you look like a very strong young lady, and you're 5 years old, correct? Catherine Albahuda, she is the 2008 National Ambassador for the March of Dimes. It is great to have you here, and you're from Allentown, Pennsylvania. Can you tell some of our audience about your wonderful story? How early were you born?
I was supposed to be born on Halloween.